Volunteers in Orange County are fighting to save the life of a German Shepherd whose owner may have been intentionally trying to starve it to death. Orange County Bureau Chief Eileen Frere has more on this sad abuse case and the courageous efforts of volunteers to save him.
Oh, are you talking?
The 3-year-old German Shepherd is named Courage for a reason. He's a survivor of extreme abuse.
How could anyone do this? I mean, he's so sweet. He's so loving. How could you intentionally let this dog almost starve to death?
This was Courage a week ago. He weighed under 40 pounds, less than half of what a healthy German Shepherd should weigh. So weak, he could not lift his head or swallow. Veterinarians say he had been starved for more than a month.
He survived by eating dirt and rocks.
Courage rescued by a Good Samaritan from an unknown location in Bellflower. The nonprofit German Shepherd Rescue of Orange County then stepped in. The community veterinary hospital in Garden Grove worked to save him.
Around-the-clock feeding, we had to syringe feed him, we tube fed him. I have seen a lot of abuse cases, and I will say in my 20 years, this is probably one of the most severe that I've ever seen.
What is it? You're okay.
Volunteers are with Courage round the clock.
He's a miracle.
In the past week, he's gained 5 pounds, but officials say it will take months of care, the medical bills in the thousands of dollars, before he's back to normal.
He's got a lot of people pulling for him. We've had phone calls from all over the country.
So far, no one knows who did this to Courage, so the nonprofit is offering a reward of $1,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible. In Garden Grove, Eileen Frere, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
When Courage first came in, he was very debilitated. You could just look at him and see his bones sticking through his skin. You could see that the flesh of his body was really diminished from what a normal animal of his age and breed should look like. It was a pretty hard sight to see.
When he came in, I walked into shift and he was on our treatment table and vocalizing. He couldn't lift his head. I thought he was dying. I mean, he looked like he was ready to die.
He was so debilitated, and when that happens, your internal organs fail, they go into shutdown, and that was my real concern, that even with all the medicine and support and everything that we can do, we may have been too late.
He was in the worst shape I've ever seen a dog in, and I've seen some pretty bad cases doing rescue. I wanted to get him out of the hospital, so we actually brought him out here and I laid him on the grass. I wanted to get him out in the sunshine because at that point it wasn't looking good. And he couldn't lift his head. He was so weak, but he could talk. And I talked to him and I was petting him and he was doing his Courage, rah, 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 rah. And I said to him, if you'll fight, we'll fight with you.
I've been doing emergency medicine now for about 6 years, but I've worked in intensive care for about 9 years now, and I've never seen a dog that debilitated and still alive.
When I went to feed him the first time, I kind of set the bowl beneath his face and he didn't know what to do with it. And I had to physically grab the food, put it in my hand, open his mouth and stick it inside, and he didn't even know how to chew it or anything. He just was really having a hard time even swallowing it, and finally by the end of the night kind of was smacking his lips together and getting the idea.
Yeah, it's amazing to see him now. Obviously he looks like a well-fleshed dog. He looks like a dog that should look of his age and size, and it's really amazing to see the progress he's made.
You know, just to see him alive was huge. To see him now, it's unbelievable. Yeah, he's a completely different dog. He doesn't even look the same.
Oh, I just feel so very blessed to be a part of the team that helped Courage. I mean, he's such a blessing to us all. I think he's an inspiration for all of us, and I just truly feel blessed being able to be any part of that for him.
Courage touched the world. Courage has a Facebook page with over 3,000 friends, and we had calls from Sweden, Spain, all over the country, all over the world. Courage touched something in people that I think he gave people hope. I mean, if this dog could go through what he went through and survive and flourish, it made people feel good to see what he went through. And I know all of us volunteers at German Shepherd Rescue, I mean, he rallied our team. I mean, we were Team Courage, and we were going to save this dog, and there was no question about it.
To this day, that the real credit goes to Courage. He had a will to go on where a lot of animals and probably people wouldn't have made it. They would have given up, and he just never quit. It was probably several days before we really realized the spirit that he had, and once he started eating and keeping food down, the credit goes to him. It was all about him and not us. He is sort of a poster child of what, when things go wrong and people come together, what, you know, really can happen. And I think he's a great example of just a desire and a will to survive. And that's the story of Courage, and I think it's a perfect name for him.